be an asshole. There is, up to a certain extent, freedom of letting people enjoy a game. But to say... There you go. But to say, telling someone they're playing a game wrong is kind of rude, except certain games, I'm sorry, because of their mechanics.
I said there are times you are just blatantly playing a game wrong.
Yes. And I will also loop back to this discussion in Scarlet, because the video was also talking about, like, defending this idea of breaking a game within the limits of, like, physics glitches. And this is, like, in Scarlet, and you'll see, depending on when these are edited, like, I did some mountain climbing using the back jumping glitch, and people, certain purist people go, oh, you're gonna give people crap for, like, you're talking about using mechanics wrong, and yet you're abusing a glitch, but it's like, I'm using the stats correctly, I'm just abusing a climbing a movement glitch in a single-player game to get around and do dumb shit, because it's a single-player game and it's not giving me a multiplayer advantage. And I think fundamentally, the stats of a Pokemon
Oh, one small problem here, they think this thing can have a low kick. I think hers had a low kick. Or you go for Struggle Bug, like a big dumb. Even though I'm pretty sure you have double kick or low kick.
It's fine. You got this. Oh yeah, drop that special attack we're not using. My whole point, like, my stance with that comes down to, like, messing around with glitches and exploits and stuff. From a purist perspective, you could look at playing a game wrong by exploiting a glitch that was unintended. But my whole thing with that, if you're going to exploit a glitch, like I was doing with the back jumping, I can at least be transparent enough and say that I know it's an unintentional mechanic. Because if you're going to exploit a glitch, at least have the tact to admit that it is a glitch instead of calling it some secret tech or secrets mechanic. This is normally what Carson will say, because Dark Souls left bugs in the enemy pathing.
Someone who has apparently literally taught in game design courses, literally straight-faced, said From Software intentionally left bugs in the enemy pathing, though because of the channel this individual was associated with, those videos basically don't exist anymore. And that's the worst part, is now I just look like a fucking crazy person.
Anyway. And I can admit it's a glitch. And while I was joking in the part at the time and being an asshole and going, oh, this is totally intended, I'm doing it as a joke. I know it's a glitch. And I think it's fine to exploit a glitch for personal benefit in a single-player port of a game like this, because me back jumping was not breaking multiplayer.
Though you don't have any bug moves, so you should. Oh no, I actually did have Fury Cutter. I am a rock. And I should be able to live this.
It might kill.
Is Fury Cutter the one that gets stronger? 3 HP, bitch!
Rolls! Fuck you. Bug Gym? Defeat it! Easy
I guess you could say the Bug Gym was squished.
Nice. Ah, crap. But trying to turn this into a coherent point. The freedom to do dumb shit in a single player portion of a video game is fine. And saying you're playing a game wrong if someone is abusing some glitches and stuff, while there is a certain purist aspect of, oh, you're not experiencing the game as it was intended, it's like, it's a single player game. I can kind of do what I want, especially if a glitch is more convenient. But then we get to sort of what Carson was kind of making jokes about, like, there is up to a certain point when you are literally ignoring mechanics and playing a game so fundamentally badly that you have to call the person out and tell them, like, you are playing the game wrong.
Especially when that person in question is, say, a popular YouTuber that has legions of fans that follow them like sheep and take every word they say as a law because they've actually never played the game themselves.
Yeah.
You can actually do damage now. It's only power 50, but you can actually do fucking damage.
But guaranteed stat lowering.
I believe it lowers speed.
I think it's attack. Oh, no, it was speed. Okay. That's good. Either way.
Like I said, it can actually do fucking damage.
It's a physical attack, it's stab, it's 50 power, which is good for a Pokemon this early.
Mm-hmm.
Just go with it, that's fine. Better than anything else you could do. Trying to...
Unless I was a, absolute mad and I tried to look up a, later TM or something, a location, and
you know what the fuck I'm getting
But
at.
I'm not going to do that. Not right now, at least.
I was trying to make a point. Up to a certain degree, I think people are free to sort of play a game how they want. But, by the same token, if someone is ignoring the mechanics in a game or misunderstands the mechanics and then is complaining that the game is bad, I feel like you have the right to call someone out and tell them, no, you are playing the game wrong. And again, I don't want to be a massive dick, but I feel like that kind of needs to be said. Because if someone is ignoring mechanics and complaining that, let me, rephrase that video's question this way. Can you say someone is playing the game wrong if the person playing the game is ignoring fundamental mechanics in the game and complaining that the game is bad when they are fundamentally misunderstanding how the game works? Because there's creative freedom to do what you want, and then there's literally ignoring mechanics or misunderstanding mechanics.
And of course I get nothing now that I'm more ready. Fuck you,
They appear at complete random, just in the area.
Fuck you, RNG.
They're just all over here. Hey! Wait, no. That's the Gothic.
Damn it!
It was something tiny, I couldn't see what it was.
It was tiny and purple.
That describes her, yes. Told you she was in this game. Meow.
I'm literally just going to have to sit out in the middle of that road doing a, constantly refreshing a, picnic, so, that's...
Nope! You just kind of circle around and stuff. Hey, bitch, I got stats now.
Yeah,
Ow.
that's way less damage. 1. A 2.
Ah, bitch.
This is going to be painful. I have to do this. A 3. And fucking Gorse. Because RNG hates me.
You're getting your RNG teeth kicked in.
So now it's going to click Sucker Punch again. You want? Game's gonna click Sucker Punch. Yep! Oh, that's way less damage. And because that's now way less damage, I think I could live one more of those. Or you could do...
Or the game does
Or the game does Mega Drain like a dummy.
And with the defense drop and your...
With the defense drop in the +2.
There you go. Easy.
You see, this is why it happens when you... And then because of a level up and shit. So I now need to do that, like, 19 more times.
No, it's...
Or is it 10?
It's 10, not 20.
Oh, thank fuck.
You need 10 chips. Meaning you are chipping the porcelain off of the cups.
And
you just walk up to the...
And I fucking know...
You just walk up to the guy and dump out a bucket of porcelain chips. 100 armor set, please.
And I know in doing... The worst part about all of this is I know in doing this, I am probably going to slaughter so many authentic ones. I guarantee you the one I just killed and the ones I ran into earlier were probably authentic. So depending on how, depending on how the RNG this goes, because I did it all once, I literally might say fuck it and then just do that all for it. Wait, is that another one? God damn it, Gothitelle.
She tiny is.
Like I said, it's small and purple.
From a distance, it's hard to get there. When she appears, it's hard to tell if it's the cup. Because, like, the purple kind of loads in. It's like, oh, that's what you need. And it's like, oh, no, never mind. But this does work, though. It's just around the area. They just come and go. It was a radius.
So I literally might just have to sit on, I literally might just have to sit on this road and look at him go. Literally just sit here and, what the, oh, Meow.
It's Meow, yeah.
Guess it's picnic time then.
Picnic time again. You can't picnic.
Can I not picnic because I'm on the thing?
No. Because of the... Because you need to throw out the ride Pokemon, they literally had a unique little bit of dialogue about that. It does... Look, it does reload the area, because there's just, yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff out here now.
So I'm basically literally...
You're gonna have to either picnic or just ride around sort of circling, going in and out of the load zones.
Damn it, buttons. What, am I too close to the center? Yes, that is exactly it. Do I literally have to wait until they throw everything out, or can I just immediately close the picnic as soon as...
I don't know.
Because, you know, this is going to be a fucking awful if I have to literally sit here doing this.
Well, you don't fully need the picnics that just re-rolls a bunch of stuff. You just need...
That's just a faster way to...
to re-roll some shit. Because the cups and stuff just appear. So, you know, you're getting some other random Pokemon. Like, as night rolls in, a lot more...
You think if night makes ghosts show up more frequently, you fucking think that that would make them more common. Because I don't want to sit here like a jackass just constantly running in circles hoping I get a like 2% RNG spawn. Because of course they have to be stupid uncommon. Because we can't have nice things.
Nope. Just in the general vicinity.
Why can't I get hordes of Sinistea to appear like that? Like, why do they only appear in, like, 1 or 2? Wait, so why can't they be like that? At all? God damn it, Room. Good thing they're slow as fuck.
And you need the cups, you'll never find the cups.
Yeah.
Such is the game design.
That's how RNG fucking works.
Ow.
Oh, game. The table's not the only thing that's tilted right now. Like, even if I was able to... Even if I had been...
Oh, okay.
Even if I had been able to KO the ones that I found before, that would still be only like 3, right?
You found like 1!
I found like 2 before... I found like 2 before this. One that I had to basically run from because the game was being an asshole and spamming Sucker Punch. And then the other one just immediately basically left, and I, KO'd one. So that's 3. That is 3 right now, and that's why, this is why people recommend, if you want to find these things, to actually go, like, halfway across the map to the other area, because the other area they're in is apparently way more common. I just don't remember where that is, like, at all.
It's the one area 6, like, province area. Got close that one time.
You might have to look that up again. Area 2.
Hmm.
I think it was somewhere on this side of the map, but again, I cannot remember where on this side.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, what is your personal cutoff point for when you consider somebody to be playing a game wrong? And I know a lot of people hate this kind of wording, but for me, ignoring and or misunderstanding core game mechanics is when you could make an argument that somebody is very literally playing the game wrong because they are not playing the game using the mechanics as they are intended to be used. And I am not going to count challenge runs in this argument because that is ignoring game mechanics for a personal challenge. That I don't have a problem with because that is somebody who normally knows the game well and has decided to not engage with a specific mechanic for a personal challenge. What I'm talking about is this willful ignorance of ignoring the game mechanics or misunderstanding them because you are basically being an idiot. And I know people hate that kind of talk, and the one video was trying to paint this picture of, oh, is it really okay to call somebody's gameplay unintended or bad if they are having fun? Who are you to police somebody's fun? And yeah, there is some truth to that, but even within that truth, it's like, oh, you are literally ignoring game mechanics. And I always end up going on a stat tirade in Pokemon because so many people will refuse to look at the stat screen. And that is absolutely crazy to me because Pokemon is an RPG. Every Pokemon has stats. Those stats do things. Ignoring those stats is ignoring a fundamental piece of the game because the game is an RPG and you can pretend like those numbers do not matter, but knowing how those numbers work can make you play better. And this is where my argument comes from. It's one thing to have creative freedom and to abuse glitches and stuff for fun in a single player context and to break the game in somewhat broken and unintended ways to do things the developers never intended, versus literally ignoring the core game mechanics or pretending they don't exist or misunderstanding them. And Pokemon is an RPG, and because of that, this stat screen has numbers, and those numbers affect things. You can pretend those numbers don't matter, but the game is using those numbers to calculate things. If a Pokemon's physical attack is higher, it does more damage with a physical move. That's logic. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. And I feel like when somebody is ignoring or misunderstanding the core gameplay mechanics, that you can say they are playing the game wrong and you are not wrong. And I do hate being a pretentious know-it-all, but the reason I get hung up on this is because there is a vague definition of wrong that's dubious, where you are kind of raining on people's fun for no reason, and that can be kind of pretentious. But then there is a definition of wrong where somebody is very, very literally doing something that is not correct, and at that point you can't really argue in a semantic sense that they are doing something correctly because they are basically doing it incorrectly, and that fundamentally is wrong, even if that person is having fun. And half the time when it comes to Pokemon and me talking about stats, I'm just trying to help people play a little bit better because the numbers on that stat screen do matter regardless of how you feel. You can ignore the stats all day and tell me, oh, they don't matter in a casual playthrough, but knowing how the stats work can let the player make a better decision on how to handle something. Yes, I could beat Goodra with a special attack move like Ice Beam, but Goodra's special defense is 150 base. Hitting Goodra with a special attack move like Ice Beam, it will generally take less damage than it would from a super effective move like Ice Punch or a neutral physical attack, unless you do crazy amounts of setup. And at that point, you are again playing the game as intended. You want to beat Goodra with special attack moves, set up a move like Nasty Plot, because after you get enough special attack via setup, you can outpace Goodra's naturally high special defense, or you hit Goodra physically. These are hard-coded facts because the stats affect things. And yes, I've done glitches in tons of games, and I know a lot of people will call me hypocritical for going on a tirade about playing a game correctly and as the developer intended, and yet I will abuse speedrun glitches and exploits, or just other miscellaneous glitches and exploits, and not play the game as intended. And I think the stark difference here, I have never been a purist that is 100% by the book and will refuse to engage in any glitch or exploit, even if that glitch or exploit is useful for making the game or part of the game a little bit easier. I have never been that kind of person. If I can do a glitch or exploit and it helps me beat something easier or faster or bypasses something I don't like, I consider that fair. And that's my interpretation of fair and open, versus very literally ignoring mechanics or misunderstanding them and playing a game in a way that is incredibly bad simply because you are not engaging with the systems at play. My final little rant here, this is why I get hung up on Pokemon stats, because you can ignore the stats, and eventually you will beat the game. Especially if you level up enough where you are so over-leveled that your sort of bad decision-making is effectively removed by a sheer level difference. But if you are playing more naturally, knowing how the stats work only benefits you because you can make informed decisions. Oh, Goodra has high special defense. I will hit Goodra with physical attacks and hit its physical defense. This helps you play Pokemon better because you are using the stats to target the weaker defense or special defense and exploit a Pokemon's weak spots. That does not require a high level of competitive knowledge. That is just using logic. The bigger numbers do more damage to the smaller numbers. If a Pokemon has a higher defense or special defense, you hit the other defensive stat. But I have been rambling a while, so I need to stop. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.